Hey everyone who's watching. We've been hanging here waiting for the session change, and it's now on. I'm Plat0x, A-Tux. There's a lot of names, but wait, wait. Okay, I was hearing myself. So, um, I want to do a very unconference thing, and first let me turn off the lofi hip hop. So I wanted to have a very unconference talk today and actually not talk too much about the actual subject of the talk, which is the nerd brain. I want to talk to the nerd brain actually and show you a little bit how it works. First, let's introduce you guys. This is our current data structure that we created at DeSci.World, and we are currently working really hard on finding ways on how to turn this into sort of a network of knowledge. And the most important thing for today is that this structure here is in our mind a hyperstructure, and that's actually what we're going to talk today about. And then I actually went ahead and asked ChatGPT, or well, the brain, how what it thinks about hyperstructures, because we've talked a lot. So I'm just going to read back the response to you. Based on my notes, a hyperstructure is defined as a crypto protocol that can run for free and forever without maintenance, interruption, or intermediaries. The main characteristic of a hyperstructure is that it's unstoppable, free, valuable, expansive, permissionless, positive sum, and credibly neutral. These protocols run on blockchains and are designed to be public goods that create a positive sum ecosystem for any participants. Um, then the AI does an interesting thing, which is saying that it didn't find any examples of naturally occurring hyperstructures explicitly, but it came up with its own examples. It says, uh, as a concept of hyperstructures is specifically tied to the realm of blockchain and crypto protocols, which are human-made constructs. Hyperstructures, as outlined in your notes, are a new type of infrastructure enabled by technology of blockchains and do not have direct natural world equivalents. They are innovative frameworks that operate on principles of openness, expansion, and what you said, and are intended to revolutionize various societal systems, including economic models and scientific methodologies, which is why it's relevant today. If you're looking for examples for systems in the natural world that share some characteristics with hyperstructures, such as being self-sustaining, expansive, and beneficial for all participants, you might consider ecosystems like coral reefs or rainforests. These are not hyperstructures in the broad sense of the word, but they are complex self-regulating systems that support a diverse range of life forms and can be thought of as positive sum environments when where the success of the individual species contributes to the health of a whole system. So this is what I want to talk about today, and like I think ChatGPT did a really good example, and I had one more thing. Uh, is dancing a hyper? No, is a dance party hyperstructure? Now, what I want to convey in my talk, my time, is to sort of try to explain how you, huh, how to uh, make a hyperstructure, and more importantly, the fact that you cannot really make a hyperstructure, but you have to summon a hyperstructure. And I'll get to it in a minute. What does the AI think about my question? Dance party is not a hyperstructure in the same sense that I'm talking about, but um, I'm going to disagree with the AI here. And this is the thing about live queries to the AI. Sometimes it might go against you, but still, I disagree because I can show you an example of how you can use dance or dance parties specifically as a hyperstructure. Now, let's go look at that. How to summon a hyperstructure with a dance party. Now, ChatGPT may be like, or the brain can think whatever it can think, but it has never gone to a dance party, and it probably has never seen this video. So The thing about this I'm showing right here on screen is a video that like everyone who has ever worked with me for any number of time has seen because I sort of like show it all the time. And the thing is all about this dude here. This guy here is a crazy dancing guy. And he spent like before this video, he spent like another 3 minutes just dancing until 30 seconds in, this guy shows up. Now, there's two important things about these two people. This guy's just dancing. He's just dancing. He spends the whole video just dancing. And when he joins, he starts calling other people, but this guy just keeps dancing, right? Now, suddenly, there's three of them, and these took around 30 seconds to get the third guy here. This guy is still dancing, focused on the goal, but this guy is inviting people in. Now, when people start looking at this, you have so many eyes going on here now that within a minute, this is the situation here. You have a dance party. Now, this is what I say when you have a hyperstructure because I think this is open, this is unstoppable, this is positive sum, and this can go on forever as long as there's more people, right? That's the difference in blockchain stuff, and we can go into that later. But the main thing that I want to address in the rest of the conference is talking about how does this happen? How can we make a hyperstructure and how can we design around the fact that we can't, right? So because the important thing about that is that a lot of the value that we can generate as a community comes from the existence of the hyperstructure, that it's the one thing that we must all sort of protect, which in the case of DeSci is the production of knowledge. And with that shared goal, we can all design things around the production of such knowledge. So there's two options in things. And like there's what I call the Web 2 way and there's a Web 3 way. Now, let's look at what most people would think is if you want to make a dance party, you have here a bunch of people, but the door is closed, and there's a place to dance, but no one seems to be dancing. Now, as the guy who's making the party, you have two options, which is say, well, dance now, everybody dance, you must dance, you have to dance, be explicit and try to make this thing happen, but that is never going to work. That's just not how dance parties work. It never creates a good dance party. All he has to do really is just open the door and let people in. Because the hyperstructure really happens when you have these individual units, which is like your dancers, being able to do their own thing together. And that's what provides the structure that we're looking for to create a dance party for knowledge. Now, how does this look in practice in what we're trying to build? And I hope I have something useful here. No, I don't have. But what we're trying to build is a not specifically something that tells you how to dance, but just having a system where it's easy to create like dance moves, so to speak. And to do that, we've created the brain, which is our dance party for ideas. Right now, this is a smaller one, which you can see, and let's go back to our main one that you can see. No, this is different. I have so many brains right now. But anyways, I'm just gonna wrap it up and saying that if you want to design the future of coordination, you have to think in terms of hyperstructures. And it's important to understand that once a hyperstructure exists, the, the goal is to add value to it rather than try to create it again, because that's what is going to drive the impact and therefore the value that it generates over time. Now, if you guys want to learn how to do this with knowledge, we're currently actively working on creating a protocol for the creation of proofs of knowledge with DeSci.World, and we have released some information that I can share with you at any point. But we're currently looking for people to first join in our vision of creating this hyperstructure of knowledge, and each of us providing a piece of what will become the supply chain for knowledge production. Therefore, bringing back the means of producing value to anyone who has a thought, which is everyone in the world. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.